In this lesson, we're going to discuss our second type of measures of position, which is the decile. But of course, for ungrouped data only. When we say deciles, these are the 9 score points which divide the distribution into 10 equal parts. So kung sa quartiles, 4 equal parts tapos 3 score points, dito naman sa deciles is 10 equal parts tapos we have 9 score points na kailangang i-identify. So yung pag-compute natin is the same din sa ating quartiles. Let's say ito ang ating data. Naka-divide siya into 10 equal parts. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pero we only have 9 score points starting from D1 hanggang D9. So take note, wala tayong D10 hanggang D9 lang tayo. Sa unahan, ito yung ating lowest score at sa dulo, ito yung ating highest score. That's why wala tayong D10. So, decile 1 hanggang decile 9 lang tayo or 9th decile. When we say decile 1, the value in the data set such that 10% of the data points are less than this value. So, ibig sabihin kung nasa D1 ang score mo, 10% ang mas mababa sa'yo at 90% naman ang mas mataas sa score mo. So, that is the interpretation of decile 1. Kapag decile 2 naman ang score mo, it means the value in the dataset such that 20% of the data points are less than this value. So, ibig sabihin, 20% ang mas mababa sa score mo at 80% ang mas mataas dun sa scores mo. So, same din kapag decile 6, kapag nasa decile 6 ka, ibig sabihin 60% ang mas mababa sa score mo at 40% naman ang mas mataas dun sa scores mo. So, ganun lang din yung pag-interpret ng ating decile. Same lang siya sa quartile. Nadagdagan lang tayo ng score points. Naging 9 lang po yung score points natin and of course, 10 equal parts. We also have some formula that we need to follow in solving the deciles of ungrouped data. So, we have D sub K is equal to K over 10 times N plus 1. So, parang parehas lang to dun sa ating quartile. Ang pinagkaiba lang, yung denominator natin is naging 10 na dahil 10 equal parts siya. Tapos, we have the symbol D this time because of the decile. And yung value ng K natin is napapalitan or depende sa position ng decile natin. And of course, yung N natin is the total number of data. So, kapag decile 1, palit mo lang yung K ng 1. Same decile 2, palit ng 2. Decile 3, palit ng 3 until sa decile 9. We need also to follow some rules in solving our decile. So, this time, ang ating basis is yung D5 o yung ating median. Kapag ang sinusolve natin is nasa left side ng ating median or D sub 5, which are D sub 1 hanggang D sub 4 o yung decile 1 to decile 4, tapos nag-falls between two integer, it means ang nasolve nating position is decimal. Kahit na ano pang decimal point yon, kailangan nating mag-round up. And kapag sa right side naman ng decile 5, which are decile 6 hanggang decile 9, at nag-falls halfway between two integer, it means nag-decimal ang iyong nasolve, kailangan mong mag-round down. So, whatever the decimal point is, kailangan round down siya pag nasa right side ng ating decile 5 at round up naman kapag nasa left side ng ating decile 5. Let's have an example in solving deciles. So, we have here the scores of 9 students in a 7-item aptitude test, which are 20, 25, 40, 50, 18, 14, 50, 31, and 55. We need to find the second decile, fifth decile, and the 7th decile. So first, we need to arrange the numbers from smallest to largest, which are this one, naka-arrange na siya. Careful sa pag-arrange. So let's start solving for d sub 2. But first, we need to identify the value of n, which is equal to 9, dahil 9 students yung involved. So, sa decile, ito po yung pinaka-formula natin. D sub k is equal to k over 10 times n plus 1. Palitan lang po natin yung k ng 2 kasi we're going to solve for decile 2. So, we have 2 over 10 times 9 plus 1. So, 9 plus 1 is 10 times 2 is equal to 20 divided by 10 is equal to 2. So, it means whole number siya. So, pwede na natin i-identify kung ano yung second data dun sa ating set of scores, which is 18. 18 yung ating second decile based dun sa ating data. Next na iso-solve is yung decile 5. So, this time, yung k natin is equal to 5. So, we have 5 over 10 times 9 plus 1. So, 9 plus 1 is 10 times 5 is equal to 50 divided by 10 is equal to 5. So, again, whole number. So, it means yung pang-limang data ang ating fifth decile, which is 31. So, 31 yung value ng ating fifth decile. Next na iso-solve is yung 7th decile. So, this time yung value ng k natin is 7. So, we have 7 over 10 times 9 plus 1. So, 9 plus 1 is 10 times 7 is 70 divided by 10 is equal to 7. So, again, whole number siya. So, it means yung pang 7th data, which is 50 ang ating 7th decile. Let's have another example. Find the decile 3, decile 6, decile 8 of the following test scores of a random sample of 10 students, which are 35, 42, 40, 28, 15, 23, 33, 20, 18, and 28. So, first is we need to arrange the numbers from the smallest to largest. So, these are the correct arrangement. And then, let's now solve for the deciles 3. So, yung value ng n natin is equal to 10 dahil 10 students yung involved. And then, yung value ng k natin from this formula is equal to 3 dahil decile 3 tayo. So, we have 3 over 10 times 10 plus 1. So, 10 plus 1 is 11 times 3 is 33 divided by 10 is equal to 3.3. So, dahil nasa left side tayo ng decile 5, which is decile 3, kailangan nating mag-round up. So, it means yung pang 4th data or yung pang 4th score, yung ating 3rd decile, which is 23. Next, let's solve the decile 6. So, this time, yung value ng k natin is equal to 6. So, we have 6 over 10 times 10 plus 1. So, 10 plus 1 is 11 times 6 is 66 divided by 10 is 6.6. So, this time, nasa right side tayo ng decile 5. So, we need to round down. So, kahit na 6 pa yung decimal point natin, as long as nasa right side tayo ng decile 5, it means round down, which is equal to 6. Yung pang 6 data natin, which is 28, ang ating magiging decile 6. And lastly, let's solve for the decile 8. So, this time, yung value ng k natin is 8. So, we have 8 over 10 times 10 plus 1. 10 plus 1 is 11 times 8 is 88 divided by 10 is 8.8. And since nasa right side tayo ng decile 5, round down again. So, it means yung pang 8 na data, yung ating decile 8. So, that is 35 ang ating 8th decile.